Hi, it's Lori and Jamie,
The Babbling Babes.
and we are coming to you today live and in person. A few people asked me to actually have our faces live, so
So,
this is us.
in case you got tired of seeing the road whizzing by and you want to see who's actually babbling about things, here we are.
It's us.
This is us.
We're getting ready to
I'm
babble.
Jamie, by the way.
And I'm Lori. So, what do we get to babble about today?
The friendships and the drama can sometimes.
I'm going to apologize. I have dogs, so if you hear a bark,
Yeah, we're just gonna go with the flow here. You got dogs, cats.
yeah,
It happens.
they rarely ever bark, but they waited until we turned this on.
Exactly.
But anyway,
they
enough.
know something's going on.
They know. They want. Yeah.
They're intuitive,
Yes.
and we should be. Speaking
Intuitive?
of intuitive
Oh, yeah.
of relationships.
Yeah. Well, I think of like you should trust your intuition when you start out in a relationship. We're particularly speaking about friendships right now.
Yes, friendships. I mean, you could apply this to a romantic relationship, but we're
typically-
going to focus more on friendships, female friendships.
Yeah. You should trust your intuition if you see red flags in the beginning, or things that
Absolutely.
really bother you that stand out, because you know it's just a matter of time.
Yep.
I think until they might be deal breakers. Like,
Right.
you agree with that?
Yes.
Yes. What have you had relationships that have affected you in a detrimental way? And
I wouldn't
friendships
necessarily. I feel like detrimental might be a
Is that
little
too
strong.
strong?
Yeah, but definitely have affected me. I've had some toxic friendships.
I think everybody has, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just part of life.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have one, then you
Right.
don't know how it feels, and therefore you don't know how to avoid it.
Right. I find that they affect me very deeply when I have a friendship that goes sour. It's incredibly painful to me,
Yeah.
right?
I've been hurt.
Like
as
really
well.
painful.
Yeah.
I think it's because I cherish my friends. I don't have tons, but the ones that I do have, I cherish. So,
Right. Yeah. It's hard. And, when I really think about it, and I think about the cause of the drama and the issues, it boils down to one thing: insecurity.
that causes the bad behavior.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
From both sides. Because I've
Yes.
done things
Oh, yeah.
based on insecurity as
Mhm.
well. Yeah.
We all have insecurities, absolutely.
Yeah.
But there are, I think some people who have them more stronger
Yeah.
and let it maybe affect their relationships with people.
Yeah, and it's like, if you can recognize that you have insecurities, because we all do, then the next step is you need to be able to be strong enough, and really, which is the opposite of being insecure, to be able to
Exactly.
be vulnerable enough and to say maybe to a friend, my feelings are hurt, I
Right.
feel left out,
Mhm.
or I'm misunderstanding this maybe.
Right.
That's like so crucial to
Yeah.
move beyond the
Mhm.
insecurity.
Right. Absolutely. You have to talk about how you're feeling, because
You
if you
have
don't
to.
let somebody know, they're
Right.
not going to know, and
You're gonna
therefore
act
you're
out
just
in
going
odd
to
ways.
end
Yes.
up resenting, or and then it's going to come out later, and it's not going to be pretty.
And I always say it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
This is telemarketers calling now. I told you to unplug that phone.
I'm telling you, that there's like a standing joke that we don't ever use this phone, and she's like, "Why do you have it plugged in?" I'm like, "I know, I keep meaning to unplug it," and sure enough, here we are having our conversation.
It could be Publishers Clearinghouse.
Except that I didn't sign up for Publishers Clearinghouse. Unless somehow they intuitively knew. Oh my God, that's too funny. But
Okay,
anyway,
so onward.
but that's really true though. You have your insecurity, and the next step is to deal with that. Is you have to be able to be honest enough to fess up to your insecurities.
Yeah. If somebody says something that hurts your feelings or
Say
angers you, you need to say something, and the sooner you do, the better. I think.
Yeah.
Don't wait a month.
Right. I know what I was going to say. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So let's say if I'm insecure
Mm-hmm.
and I think that you've excluded me, my feelings are hurt,
All right.
and I don't say anything to you,
Right.
then I kind of act weird to you.
Right.
And then you get put off by me acting weird, and then you maybe avoid me more.
Right.
And eventually the friendship could fall apart.
Right.
And so I have self-fulfilled my insecurities. I've
Yes.
actually made it happen. That
Yes.
happens all the time.
It does.
That's like
And
scary.
it has happened to me.
Scary, scary.
A few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had friendships that have ended just exactly what you just said.
Right.
Because they're not saying anything, and then I'm not.
So you're
I'm also not
right.
really saying anything because I don't want to, hurt their feelings or make them angry. Or
So in other
it's
words,
a confrontation too.
Wait, so like you've recognized weird things in them, but you don't want to bring it up or say anything?
because I don't want the confrontation.
Right, which is
'Cause that's
wrong
uncomfortable.
also.
Yeah, it is.
And I do too. I
Yeah.
do too.
Right.
And then I also think like, well, just isn't it better to have a friend that doesn't do all that, so you don't ever have to deal with?
Well, yes.
Oh, let me address their insecurities.
That's a Disney movie.
But then that person doesn't exist.
Exactly.
I know I'm certainly not that way. So
No.
I had a girlfriend who passed away quite young, and she had passed away of brain cancer. And when she knew she was going to die, I sat down with her one time. We were chatting kind of like this, and I asked her, like, if you could give me one bit of advice about life, what would you give me? Because it was okay to have those type of conversations with her. And she said, friends will always let you down, or friends will always disappoint you at some time or another, and not to discard the friendship. And I thought,
That's
like
wisdom.
so true.
It is true.
I mean, think about it. If you discard your friendships every time they mess up, you'll have no friends. You'll have no friends.
Yep.
I guess you have to pick and choose what are your deal breakers.
Yeah.
Right? We have deal breakers
Right.
in friendships like we do in relationships.
Right. Right.
Certain things, if you do to me, I'm going to have to
Yeah.
end.
Occasionally, everybody's going to say or do something that's going to hurt their friend's feelings.
Right.
You talk about it and you get over it and you
Right.
say, "I'm so sorry, I was in a bad mood,"
Right.
or, I was having a hard day, or whatever the situation is. But if you don't talk it out, it'll fester.
Right, and if you talk it out, you can sometimes understand, like, right,
Yeah.
exactly like you said, they have a reason for the way they acted, and you interpreted it wrong
Right.
or incorrectly.
Yeah.
Like, what are some deal breakers for you in a friendship? I mean, I don't know, is it a hard cut rule that this is my deal breaker and I will never ever accept it, or do we need to be lenient with our deal breakers, or are some just so bad that
People who do drugs.
yeah?
No, that has nothing to do with the personality.
Right.
But that's the only thing I can think of.
No, I
don't
wouldn't
know.
be. Going after my husband,
Oh.
or going
yeah.
after your friend's
Yeah.
man, total deal
I don't
breaker.
have a man, so that wouldn't
Well,
occur
just
to
your
me
faux man.
right now.
I would never go after your faux man.
My faux man. My blow up doll. I don't have one of those. Or do I?
I know what I'm getting you for your birthday then. Or do I? That's a whole nother topic.
That's a whole nother topic.
Wear like black veils and be like, have our voices disguised.
Yeah.
And my friend Rebecca.
Yeah. No,
Deal breakers. No,
deal
just-
breakers. I don't. Yeah, I guess I don't really know how to answer that question, but my mind immediately went to when I meet someone,
Go ahead.
there's like a certain energy or a vibe that I feel like that I get, and I'm just like, I like that person.
Yeah.
I can see myself being friends with that
Isn't
person.
that funny?
Yeah.
That's
Do you
really
get that?
true. I get that.
Yeah. Well, that's
I
kind of
get
how that was kind of our story. I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
liked you from day one.
Yeah.
And my other good girlfriends, I liked instantly from day one.
Mhm.
And it's like when I like somebody from day one, I will pursue that friendship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I will,
Yep.
I hate to say that because that means people that I don't make time for, oftentimes it means I just have too many friends. And I don't say that, it's because I have this large women's group that I interact with women all the time, that you have to almost like limit your time, or you'd be going crazy.
Oh
But
yeah.
you make time for the people that you think can add to your life and you can add to theirs, I think.
Yes.
What a blessing, like when you find
Yeah.
someone you connect with.
Yeah. It's almost like finding a soul sister.
It is.
Yeah.
It
Which
is.
is really rare. I mean,
Yeah.
you can be friends and have a million acquaintances
Yeah.
and know so many people and love them as friends and see them on occasion, but it's rare, I guess, to find 2 or 3 women or whatever that you really like, you connect to on such a soul level.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. It's rare. Yes.
Yeah.
And the things that really thrill you and wow you, they feel the same way. That's another
Yeah.
big deal, because then you can go off together in your friendship doing these things that you both like.
Yeah.
I think that's like
Yeah.
a huge deal.
Right. Lifting each other up.
Yeah. Yeah. I know friendship is, we went off, it's nice that we started to talk about drama and friendships.
We
And we
did.
went off on
We
like
went
how
off.
great friendships are.
Well, I guess
They
we
are.
spun it into a positive.
I know. We did spin into positive. But one of my deal breakers is a friend who like doesn't have my back. Like I can't feel like they're gonna stand up for me when I really need to be stood up for. And it doesn't mean there's not times they're gonna be annoyed with me and they may be like, oh, I can't even deal with her. Or,
Right.
I'm okay with a lot of things, but that's one thing that's a deal breaker to me.
Yeah.
Some that I don't feel.
I get that.
Yeah, I think is gonna have my back. I'm all about that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, friendship is beautiful, and they say that it is directly tied into how you age, your longevity, your health, is how many social circles you have.
Yeah.
It's like really important.
Relationships, from what I've learned in my studies, is the key ingredient to happiness.
I agree.
And again, I emphasize just relationships in general, not necessarily
Right.
romantic,
Right.
but just having relationships, whether it be with a friend, a lover, your sister, your mother, but good relationships
Right.
are the key to happiness.
Right. Like having a friendship with the booty call is not really important, right? But a friendship.
Now we're really getting off topic.
I just thought I would throw that in there to spice things up a bit. I'm talking about relationships. Like, what do you think that women's relationships, women and women together, are different than a man and woman together? If there's no lover connection, there's no sexual in the male and female relationship. Do you think they're different?
I mean, I've been really good friends with a man, just friends, nothing ever else. But I do think it is different because there's just some things you can't talk about.
Right.
That they are not going to relate to.
Right, and you wouldn't. Like there's certain things I wouldn't talk about.
Yeah.
With a guy,
Right.
a guy friend.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, friendship's great. What's our takeaway? Do we have enough time? Right? I mean, friendship's that important.
Friendships are important. You need to make the time, I think, for good
Yes.
friendships.
Yes.
And so I guess really we started out talking about drama in friendships. Avoid it.
Yeah. Avoid it and
avoid it.
I like also what my friend Lizette said, God rest her soul, is that your friends will disappoint you.
Yeah.
And
so keep that in mind.
It's okay.
And
just
be open and honest and talk
right,
about it.
Right.
Don't hold back feelings. That's very important.
Right.
I think.
Yeah. And go out and make time for your friend. It matters. Time is the most important thing you can give your friend. Time.
Yes.
Make time for them.
And make sure you're giving towards the friendship as much as they are, and vice versa.
Right. Very true.
Because that can be a real
Right.
issue. If you're the one always reaching out to them,
Right.
saying, hey, let's get together.
Right.
And then they never call you and say, hey, let's get
It hurts.
together. That hurts.
It hurts.
So it kind of has to be, all relationships really need to be 50-50.
Right. And this, we're not friend experts, but in a way we
No.
are because we have friends. So this is just my own personal
Exactly. We're
thoughts
just
and
talking
yours as
about
well.
our thoughts and experiences.
Maybe yours also, but
By
either
no
way,
means are we diagnosing
yes.
friendship drama.
Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. But either way, you are my friend, and
You are my friend.
So,
And you are my friend.
so until we meet again.
Until we meet again.
Bye.